Meanwhile, Syria and Saudi Arabia are moving to restore consulate services and flights as Damascus rebuilds ties with its Arab neighbours following a rift that lasted well over a decade. As Riyadh prepares to host the Arab League summit, Syrians hope for economic gains. Zahra Al-Derzi reports.
Following a decade of severed ties between Syria and Saudi Arabia, the Saudi foreign minister landed in Damascus and met Syria President Bashar al-Assad. The two countries agreed on resuming consulate services and flights. The Syrians view the developments with hope, especially if it leads to a breakthrough for the dire economic situation in the country. But experts remain cautious.
The Syrian-Saudi meetings and the nature of the reconciliation that took place between the two parties has had a great psychological impact on Syrian society and on all regional patterns surrounding Syria. There's the idea that the time for getting out of the Syrian crisis has begun, but this issue is confined to the psychological framework. In terms of economic issues, the time has not yet come to solve them, which is what the Syrians are waiting for. It would take quite a bit of time.
At the end of 2017, a change in the Saudi approach to Syria began, and security meetings took place between Syria and Saudi security officials. The devastating earthquake was a turning point in the relations between the two countries after Riyadh sent hundreds of tons of humanitarian aid.
The significance of it lies in simply calming tensions in the region and returning to real discussions and dialogue about different interests involved, and getting out of the logic of war and conflict. I believe this is the most important factor, and Chinese diplomacy emphasizes it. The logic of war has consumed the region for more than 10 years. It hasn't provided results, and Saudi Arabia hasn't achieved anything in Yemen elsewhere. On the other hand, there is this Saudi vision of a huge development project over 2020 to 2030 that's led by the Saudi Crown Prince, and it requires different approaches, both diplomatically and economically.
The Saudi desire for Syria's return to the League of Arab States may be hindered by Qatar, which rejects the idea, but that may change if Syrian-Turkish approachment continues. Experts believe that Damascus' foreign policy currently focuses on opening up to its Arab dimension, forgetting the past and starting over, provided that the Arab countries respect Syria's unity and its territorial integrity, so that the challenge moves toward adopting internal policies that can integrate with foreign policy for the benefit of Syrian people. Zahra Al-Derzi, CGTN, Damascus.